and I'm back with another ranking. Now that the Cyphers are released, we can finally take a look at the individual freestyles and rate their performances from 0 to 10. The beats this year were provided by Nick Mirror from Internet Money, who in my opinion did a horrible job.
Who the fuck picked this little sorry ass beat?
Okay, this a lame ass beat.
But I don't rate the beats anyway, so without further ado, let's get right into it.
Oh, I love it when he say my name. Yeah, low key, that my little sneaky link. Love it when he say my name. Yeah, low key, that my little sneaky link. Watch us all get lit, ayy. Watch us all get rich, ayy. Couple niggas with bricks, couple niggas hold sticks, ayy. Watch us all get rich, ayy. Couple niggas with bricks, yeah. Couple niggas hold sticks.
Nah, man, nah. Let's listen to this again, maybe I'm missing something.
Hey, we all get money. Yeah, bitch, we all get money. Yeah, we all get money. Yeah, bitch, we all get money, let's go. Hey.
Alright, it's actually not that bad. I mean, she might need to work on her flow a bit, and maybe on her delivery, a little bit on her wordplay, her pronunciation, her pitch, her technique, her cadence, her storytelling, and maybe her overall content, but aside from that, I think she did pretty good. She just needs to read a dictionary next time, so she's not forced to rhyme A with A 7 times in a row. But anyway, great job.
You thought I was about to spit the hottest fire flame? I feel like, personally, I had the best XXL freestyle. Yo, that shit was so hard. What I should have done, I should have fucking kept going.
No. I think we had enough of you. I can't believe that I'm saying this, but Lil Mosey sounds amazing in comparison. Lil Mosey is officially the man.
Goddamn, I feel like the man. Freshman of the year, I woke up like the man.
Like Julia. You know I never made a fool of ya.
That's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that. You know why? Cause you a mumble rapper.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Put him on the fucking camera.
I feel like I ended it too early, you know? Yeah. I don't think I did nothing wrong but end it too early. 100%. I felt like I should have added at least 6 more bars.
That's actually a great idea. Just throw the remaining bars in the trash and then continue doing your Playboy Cardi impression. Or an even better idea, just quit rapping. Nah, but all trolling aside, this is easily the worst freestyle in history. She even had to combine the lyrics of 2 unreleased songs to come up with this bullshit. If she had just called her dad to go there and perform, that would have definitely been better than this shit. I never thought I would see the day where I would miss Benzino. Unbelievable. And my boy Morray even tried to help her out in the end, right when she started twerking, as if her freestyle wasn't ass enough.
Yeah, double back. Only motto we still follow, doggy fuck around. You wiping her, I'm fucking that niche.
Next we have Mr. I can't memorize my cheesy 12-bar verse, so I have to read my lyrics off a phone while everyone else is performing.
I prepared for 3 weeks, every day, to come here. You understand me? I wrote so many fucking rhymes, you can't memorize all that shit.
Is it me, or is this the exact same verse as a solo freestyle? I mean, in both performances, he starts off repeating the same words, and then he addresses a woman that he's having sex with and another woman that he's not having sex with. Same contentless content, same delivery, same energy, same shit, different toilet. I mean, if you're writing that many bars, it's only natural that you'll get repetitive at some point.
There's 30 pages of rhymes in this motherfucker! Yeah!
But at least he tried to do something new this time, by rhyming letters instead of words, to subtract a layer of complexity so that we can get on this level and understand every bar. PJ, CJ, BH, DA, and that was 1/4 of his rhyme schemes, ladies and gentlemen. The rest are simple one-syllable nursery rhymes like dip, hip, crips, back and red, which by the way is not even a real rhyme. Nisha, Keisha and Reaper are the highlights of this verse, as their exceptional 2-syllable rhymes that he most likely looked up on rhymezone.com. Just kidding.
Put that puss on his face. Ayy, put that puss on his face. Yeah, put that puss on his face. Put that puss on his face. Put that puss on his face. No face, no case.
On number 8 we have Flo Milli, who by far had the most annoying performance out of everyone.
Puss on his face. Puss on his face. Puss on his face. Puss on his face. Puss on his face.
5 times in a row? Really? 5 times?
I ain't got a row, you know pussy rule the nation. I'm the type to make my sugar daddy take his teeth out. I'm the type to make my sugar daddy take his teeth out. Put that puss on his face.
Enough from the clown!
Just do me a favor and spare me with those repugnant and disgusting lines about your sex life. It's disturbing enough to give yourself to an old man just for money like a prostitute. But then you brag about him taking out his dentures to perform oral sex, implying that you're having intercourse with either somebody's grandpa or with someone who lost his teeth through poor hygiene or some sort of sickness like scurvy. I don't even understand how you can call yourself a queen after that. What type of queen would say or do such a thing?
In this climate right now, empowering women, come on.
I would've told you that I'm that bitch, but I know that you already know. He finna treat me right cause I'm a lady, but I got him fucking me like I'm a hoe. Stupid bitch, get up off my dick on my IG live.
And once again she's arguing with a random quote-unquote bitch that is just as naggy and unbearable as her.
Let's do it every time, man. Every time, man. Every time they do it to me.
I mean, what do you want me to say? It was definitely not the best freestyle of the year, like some people in the comments were claiming. The only thing she had was flow and energy, but I guess that's the only thing you need nowadays to impress people.
Do you fools listen to music or do you just skim through it?
So they died on the way to me, just no way that shit was true. Doing this shit for him and T while I be styling in the booth. So they died on the way to me, just no way that shit was true.
On number 7 we have
Pooh Shiesty,
who performed the verse from a song called Murder School, which he rapped for 18 seconds, and then he randomly screamed out his Pokemon catchphrase.
Been known but trouble since a child, now I'm making my mama proud.
I really thought that was it for the freestyle, but it was just an ad-lib that he used as a replacement for an entire bar. But he came right back and continued reciting the lyrics of the song Murder School, using the same level of energy and the same weak delivery. The only thing that actually changed was his rhyme scheme, which we should take a look at. The first 6 bars he rhymed words that sound similar to true, like for example booth, shoot, truth, through or new. And notice that most of these words were mispronounced in order to make them rhyme, which makes it seem like he's having difficulties even though they're just 1-syllable words. And after that, he ran out of 1-syllable words that rhyme and switched to words that sound similar to proud, such as loud, pound and down.
Proud, loud, pound, down.
And then he rhymed simple 1-syllable verbs. So yeah, his technique is cookie cutter basic and there's not one line that is sophisticated or impressive. But let's take a look at his content. As the title of the song suggests, it's all about murder, gangster and gun talk, shootings and robberies. Punchlines and wordplay are non-existent, but at least we get a little bit of storytelling. But a few of his lines make absolutely no sense.
Been known but trouble since a child, now I'm making my mama proud.
I don't think that you can make your mother proud by being in jail. But maybe I'm wrong on this, so I should try it out myself sometime. But what can you expect from a man who filled his pockets with money to flex on everybody in the club, and from someone who started to shoot at everybody once his money fell off his pants?
I'm all on my life like 90 times, 3 on my really die.
So you almost died 90 times, and on 3 of those occasions where you almost died, you died for real? Sounds believable, Mr. Pooh Shiesty.
We don't believe you, you need more people.
Wake up in the morning, count that money, that's a good start. Bitches swim like fish when I come through like a bitch shark. Pretty little face, but this body like a porn star.
Yes, you saw it right. IG quote-unquote model Rubi Rose is the best rapper in her group. Not necessarily because of her skills or an outstanding performance, but mainly because of the fact that everyone else was trash this year. When I asked you guys about your favorite performance in the Cypher, the majority picked the producer, which surprised me a little because everyone was complaining about the beats this year. But what can I say about her freestyle? Her flow and cadence was definitely better than the solo performance, where she sounded offbeat without a beat. But content-wise, we didn't really get anything new from her. She's still a quote-unquote bad bitch with a fresh pussy and a body like a porn star.
Body like a porn star.
Body like a porn star. He fucked me like he fresh out. If he wants pieces of this pussy, I need a big house. I need all of it.
Okay.
Thank you for keeping us up to date on every occasion.
Shiesty little bitch, yeah, you know I'm going too far.
Oh wait, we did learn something new. We learned that she's Pooh Shiesty's little bitch. And she also gave us a little insight into her sex life in the following 6 lines, where she teaches us how to lick things. Definitely something that her parents are proud of. But then you have the nerve to call yourself a scholar?
And I be reading all my books, I'm a scholar.
Hey, how dare you?
Then she brags about her side guy, her car, her material possessions, her dick, and... wait.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. You are a transgender.
What shows that I'm
gay? Ain't she lovely? Man, I miss it when she fuck me. Smelling like a rose, sucking on her toes. Something about it just disgusts me.
Ain't she lovely? Man, I miss it when she fuck me. Smelling like a rose, sucking on her toes. Something about it just disgusts me.
Bro, I thought you learned your lesson already. You can't hide songs from me by deleting it from SoundCloud. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm an idiot, a fool, but you can't fool me. I have a very particular set of skills. Skills that I have acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. So don't even try to hide things from me.
I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Anyway, this was the longest performance this year with a total length of 100 seconds, which is longer than Coi Leray's, 42 Dugg's and Rubi Rose's freestyles combined. It felt totally dragged out as he performed the full song with a very weak delivery, mumbling throughout his entire performance while having the mic too close to his lips. Even Rap Genius couldn't figure out what he was saying at times, even though the lyrics were straight off the song Miss Parker. I didn't really enjoy it, to be honest. The flow was slow, the lyrics were more poetry based, although none of the lines stuck out. His energy was pretty low, no punchlines, no wordplay. Only thing he had was storytelling, as the verse was dedicated to a woman with the last name Parker. I'm pretty sure that it's a fictional story though, and most likely a reference to the character Miss Parker from 1995's movie Friday, which was written by Ice Cube and DJ Pooh, by the way.
Hi, Miss Parker.
Hi, boy.
We gonna let me fuck, Miss Parker?
Boring performance, to be honest. I don't really care about people's love lives and what they do in their bedrooms. But it was probably not even intended for people like me. So let's just move on.
I say I had something written, but fucking nigga ain't gon' say it. The gun in my hip, I swear to God, I show it, I spray it. You niggas better believe what the fuck a nigga saying. In the building with all these great niggas, bitch, it's amazing.
At 4th spot we have Morray, who managed to curse 27 times during his 40-second long freestyle. That's a curse every 1.5 seconds on average, ladies and gentlemen.
And here we go.
But fuck nigga, niggas, fuck niggas, bitches, niggas, fuck niggas, bitches, fuck niggas, bitches, shit, you niggas, bullshit, bitches, shit is fuck niggas, bitch.
I was slightly disappointed in his performance, to be honest. He gave us a 16-bar verse, but wasted 3 of those to tell us that he's completely going off the top of the dome. That's almost a fifth of his entire performance.
I say I had something written, but fucking nigga ain't gon' say it. Fuck it, don't gotta write it. Fuck it, I'd rather spit it. Off the top, bitches shit is hot. What the fuck you niggas know?
And then he also repeated himself a few times when he made those gun references in the beginning and in the end.
The gun in my hip, I swear to God, I show it, I spray it. If I come outside the strip club, now I'm coming with the pose, bitch.
But I like the wordplay in that bar, as he's using the word pole as a double entendre. The first meaning is meant as a continuation of that strip club scheme, and the second one is a slang for gun. So he's pulling out his gun for some reason. He also brags about his flow. Twice.
The balls that we got in these flows, that's super heavy. Hey, you niggas talking bullshit, but I'm the one with the flows.
And then he gives a shout out to the people that are around him, which is something that I love to see, but he did it twice and wasted 3 bars in the process.
In the building with all these great niggas, bitch, it's amazing. Got Coi Leray, DDG and my homie here. She came up showed y'all niggas what the balls is real, nigga, ain't no fear.
And he's also repeating himself about random people talking or not being ready.
You niggas better believe what the fuck a niggas saying. I don't think them niggas ready. You niggas say who the best. Hey, you niggas talking bullshit, but the fuck you niggas know. Niggas talking about toilet balls, bitch, I'm shitting.
And that talking about toilet bowls, bitch, I'm shitting line was also horrible in my opinion.
What does that even mean?
I would have loved to hear a more focused verse with less filler bars, even if it's written. I mean, don't get me wrong, the energy, flow, voice and cadence were all there, but he could have easily had the best performance out of everyone if he actually prepared something with more substance. And with prepared, I don't mean a verse from an actual song, because that's not a freestyle. A freestyle, just like I told you in the last XXL video, can either be off the top of the dome, or something that is pre-written for live performances only. Random bars that you thought of and wrote down in your rhyme book without necessarily having a concept like in a full song. That is also a freestyle. But I still like to give him props for his efforts. He even improved everyone else's performances by providing ad-libs and singing to make the overall cypher more enjoyable. You can see by his overall positive energy that he has a great personality which worked as a glue that held the group together. So props for that.
Whole lot of my old homies didn't make it here. Gotta stay strapped and be ready if we take it there.
On number 3 we have DDG, aka Mr. I rhyme me with me for 12 bars straight during my solo freestyle and then do it again during the Cyphers. But this time he included a few slant rhymes and only did it like 7 times instead of 12. So that's definitely an improvement. The remaining bars featured similar rhyme schemes, as he seems to be obsessed with rhyming the same words or just basic one-syllable house-mouse words over and over again. Make it here, take it there, Jamaican hair, safer here. Notice how he snuck in a 4-syllable rhyme when he's following a 3-syllable rhyme pattern. He did it again when he rhymed do with you with cool with you. Do and cool is of course a slant rhyme, so he's once again mispronouncing words to force a rhyme and then rhyming the same words over and over again to create the illusion that he's rhyming multiple syllables. He also tries to make words in plural rhyme with singular words, which he does repeatedly not only in his freestyle alone, but also in his songs. But that's just a little feedback from my side, there's definitely room for improvement. In my opinion, he's not in the slightest better than melodic / quote-unquote non-lyrical rappers when it comes to technical skills and rhyme schemes. People often confuse a fast flow and a clear pronunciation and delivery with a high level of lyrical ability, which in some cases may be true if your clear pronunciation makes you avoid slant, forced or mumbled rhymes, but as I showed you in this freestyle, it doesn't hold true in every case. But let's analyze the content of this verse to see if he's actually saying something meaningful. The first 10 lines include repetitive gun bars and a generic made it out the hood story about him making it to the top on his own, being alone, making money on his own, getting strapped, putting a pistol in his hand, having a long clip, being ready for smoke, protecting his bands and being protected by his brother. Sounds annoying and repetitive, doesn't it? And he decided to drag it out to half a minute, which is actually half of his freestyle. But there was one line that stuck out to me.
Life short, but this clip is longer than Jamaican hair.
I like the contrast that you're trying to create, but you're comparing apples and oranges here, as time and space are 2 completely different units that are not a part of each other. So you can't really respond to the shortness of life with the length of your clip. It doesn't make sense, as one can't be used as a substitute for the other. And that was actually one of the lines that got praised the most by the people in the comments. So I'm quite shocked how low people set the bar this year. But then he raps about a quote-unquote bitch that he's trying to have sex with, just like in his previous freestyle. And once again he gives us that stupid "it ain't my fault that she's doing this and that with me" line to brag as a victim and to flex on the listener.
I don't don't know that bitch, it ain't my fault that she be texting me.
Ain't my fault that she was sucking my dick.
Stressing me. Mama bitch be tripping, she be testing me.
All bitches bipolar to me.
I know you stabbed me in my back, but I'm so cool with you.
I can't trust no hoe. They be like a roller coaster to me.
Why you just can't cook, give me kisses and have sex with me? Do you get upset when I'm annoyed and give you less of me?
How can you be this repetitive, my guy? You're supposed to be the best in the class. And you're throwing a fit because of a woman who's not just a mindless slave that just cooks and has sex with you, as if that's the only thing that they can or should do. And then you added that she stabbed you in the back by not shutting up and just doing what you say.
How dare you?
Believe it or not, women have a free will as well. At least that's what I was told yesterday. So calm down from your high horse and stop giving us the same misogynistic bars over and over again. It gets annoying and repetitive, especially when you don't have anything else to offer and when you're doing it in almost every song in your catalog.
Niggas switch up for the dollars, but I guess it's the side effects of the commas.
This bar was actually great. He's saying that people change their behavior to a negative and turn on you once you make large amounts of money. With commas, he of course meant the ones on your account balance, although it's debatable if the commas hold any value besides user-friendliness. I mean, they're just there to make numbers easier to read, and it's not used everywhere. Some countries separate numbers with points instead of commas, and use a single comma to separate the integer part from the decimal. And others don't use any form of separation. So it would have been more precise if he actually said that it's a side effect of the increasing digits, as the jealousy that he's addressing is related to the actual numbers, not the commas or points. But overall, I enjoyed his performance. The criticism I gave is not meant to trash him in any way, it's just a little feedback.
It's Lakeyah, the biggest flex of YBIC. I'm different from all these niggas, ask Coach XP. I got the top niggas vouching for a bitch like me.
The runner-up is Lakeyah, who in contrast to Morray only managed to curse 17 times in a 50-second long freestyle. That's a curse every 3 seconds on average, so you have to work on that if you're trying to break Morray's record, who cursed every 1.5 seconds on average.
And here we go.
Niggas, bitch, the shit I fuck on hoes and bitches and fuck shit, bitches and bitches, bitch, I'm niggas, fuck bitches, bitch, yeah.
Fire. You're fucking paranoid, you are fucking, you bloody, fuck you bloody, bastard bitch, fuck you, bloody, fuck you bloody.
But all jokes aside, Lakeyah did a great job this year. She had a rough start with everybody calling her out for being a bad pick for the cover, saying that she's a nobody and that she didn't deserve it. But she's easily top 2 when it comes to pure rapping skills and her overall performance during the freestyles. Content-wise, it's unfortunately the same generic bad bitch, gangsta bitch story, with lines about money and materialistic things sprinkled on top, which we also heard from Rubi Rose, Flo Milli, and the majority of today's female rappers. Which is ironic because she criticized everyone else for not switching up the topics.
But the competition ain't switching up the flows of the topics.
But it's a little more sophisticated in comparison, and at least she had some decent punchlines and wordplay. Her rhyme schemes were once again better than almost everyone else on the list. I mean, just take a look at the overall structure of her bars, and then compare them to somebody like DDG, for example, who seems to be stuck in his own comfort zone with his repetitive rhyme schemes and his lazy bar structuring. Lakeyah at least has multiple inner sentence rhymes, and aside from all the cursing, she's not rhyming the same words over and over again, and is not using the same slant rhymes, as her pronunciation is way more clear than everyone else's on the list. Flow and cadence wise, she was also better than average. What I liked the most, however, was how she dissed everyone else in the cypher.
I'm different from all these niggas, but the competition ain't switching up the flows of the topics. Got these bitches out here trying to step it up, so all these bitches is in trouble now. I'm different from all these niggas, so all these bitches is in trouble now.
I do have a few complaints, however, with some of her punchlines.
How the fuck she a freshman when she dropped out of college?
Dropped out of college, but I'm still a freshman.
I don't want to accuse her of biting, but she almost had the same exact line as 24K Golden during his freestyle in last year's XXL Cypher. The punchline is also lacking punch, as it relies on a double entendre that only works for one of the meanings. It's of course surprising that somebody who dropped out of college is still a freshman, or in other words, a first-year student at a college, but it's not really surprising that you can be a XXL freshman without finishing college. You don't need any type of qualification that requires a high level of education or a high IQ in general. I mean, just take a look at some of the people they picked. Every moron can be a freshman, all you need is popularity. But I get what she was trying to say though, and I don't think that she reused 24K Golden's line on purpose.
My name hold weight around this bitch, I'm like 100 pounds.
That line would hold more weight if it came from Morray. I mean, 100 pounds is almost nothing. But I guess she's trying to say that her name holds so much weight in spite of her low body weight. But this would also not make much sense as we are comparing metaphorical weight to actual weight. But again, it's not a bad punchline. It just didn't hit as hard as she made it sound.
Catching more G's than them Z's, bitch, I ran it up.
That was actually dope. She's saying that she's working and making money while her competition is lazy and sleeping. But then she adds the same type of lines that I criticized Rubi Rose for in her solo freestyle.
Leave a broke nigga to the streets, he can never fuck.
Pay my driver 6 figures so I can't have no broke niggas that's around me. Stay the fuck from round me. Please keep your distance if niggas is broke.
Couple hating bitches hating on me.
Goodbye to the people who hated on me.
So there were some highlights and low points to this verse, but I definitely enjoyed her performance.
Niggas talking about toilet balls, bitch, I'm shitting.
I touch the shit, I'm shitting. I touch the shit,
I touch the shit,
I touch the shit, I touch the shit.
Oh shit. Ooh.
George, the hood, lose the hood.
Hey yo, we're in the hood now.
No, man.
Gonna cry?
Watch me go freshman to go. Yeah. Can't do nothing less than the most. Must be the pressing I know. Watching my blessings approach, but who apply pressure the most?
Number 1 on my list is Blxst, who despite the slow and boring beat, managed to give us a lyrically impressive but smooth performance that sounded effortless but sophisticated at the same time. Kinda like his solo freestyle in that regard. He had a little bit of storytelling, once again about his success and how he has a bright future ahead of him, something that was also done by his peers, but one thing that sets his verse apart from others is his rhyme scheme, which he used throughout his entire verse, instead of switching rhyme patterns. Every rhyme ended with a 1 to 2 syllable word which uses the vowel O, so he's ending every bar with an O sound while also having inner sentence compound syllable rhymes that follow a different pattern. He didn't curse like other people on the list to make the verse sound 10 times harder than it actually is. And that's by the way one of the cheapest tricks that pseudo-lyrical rappers use nowadays. If you have nothing smart to say, just throw in a few curse words to get a reaction from your audience. Name drops and slang words are also popular alternatives, but he didn't use any of those, and also didn't overemphasize or put too much force behind his bars to convince us that he's spitting the craziest rhyme in history. Only thing I may criticize is his delivery. Just like Toosii, he held the mic way too close to his lips and sounded unclear at times. Regarding the lyrics, there isn't much to criticize. I actually liked most of his lines, like for example,
2 places I won't go back, of course. That's broken, that's forth.
So he's basically saying that he won't go back to being poor, and also not back and forth, so he won't argue with people anymore.
Humble forever, that's part of my oath. Only the gang get a part of my loaf.
Great line. And then he ends it with a XXL reference.
Ran up a check, baby, I got a charge, so double my X's, I'm doing it large forever. Watch me go freshman to go, yeah. XXL been treating me well, I might get a varsity coat.
I really love the execution of his verse, and even if he's not in our mentions and posts, he still surprised everybody with his talent, after getting all the hate for being quote-unquote a nobody that didn't deserve to be on the cover. Much respect to you, bro, and also everyone else who participated. Except for Iann Dior, of course.